Hey everybody, it's Matthew Graves from Quick Start Coach with your daily Quick Starter today. Today coming to you from South Carolina, on my way to Florida. And today's topic is the worst word in the English language. And do you know what the worst word in the English language is? The worst word in the English language, so far as your happiness and success goes, is can't. And the reason that it is because it holds you back from everything that you need to do to change your life for the better. But it's not true. So take, for instance, this trip I'm on right now. This is my second time in 2 weeks driving the 2,000 miles from Nova Scotia to Florida this time, and Florida to Nova Scotia 2 weeks ago. And very often I'll talk to people and I'll tell them, hey, this weekend I'm driving down to Florida, and they'll be driving down to Florida this weekend. I couldn't do that. And I'm like, why not? Why couldn't you do it? Well, I just can't. It's too much. And I'm like, of course you could. There's no reason why you can't do it. You may choose not to do it, but there's no reason why you can't do it. I'm not saying you should do it, but stop assuming that you can't do things. I mean, what is it? It's 2 days sitting in the car. I mean, unless you have some physical limitation that prevents you from sitting in the car for 2 days, then really you can. You absolutely can, and you're making up a reason and saying, I can't. And of course, people don't do it just with regards to this. They do it with regards to everything. So when I say to people, you really need to create a lead capture page for your website, I can't. You really need to write emails to your list 2 or 3 times a week that are designed to engage and connect with people, I can't. Everybody's got a list of things and they immediately default to, I can't. And the reality is, you can. You're capable of all of these things. You're just choosing to take an excuse to not do it rather than figuring out how to do it. If anybody's capable of doing it, then you're capable of doing it. There's nothing special about the people who create lead capture pages for their website. There's nothing that amazing about people who write emails to their lists. Don't assume that you can't, and stop making that excuse and immediately shutting down the prospects for all the things you could have in your life. Maybe you don't want in your life a 32-hour drive from Florida to Nova Scotia or back, and I totally understand that. But there's all kinds of things that people want to have success in their life. They want to build an online business. They want to work out. They want to be in better health. They want to have a better marriage. And then every time you say, well, here's what you need to do, they say, I can't. And the reality is, you can. You are totally capable, just as capable as anyone else who undertakes to do that. 32-hour drive to Florida, it's just sitting in a different chair. I could be sitting in my office chair at home for 16 hours a day, and no one would say, well, you can't do that. You could be sitting on your couch for 16 hours a day, and no one would say, well, I can't do that. All this is a different chair. So don't let the worst word in the English language stop you from doing the things that you need to do to be successful in your life. So we're tuning out, continuing the drive to Florida. We'll be there tonight, and I'll be back online tomorrow from my office in Florida. So we'll see you then.